Namaste to my friends from CSR community and all my beloved development practitioners. I am Dr. Basavaraju Shreshta and bringing in another episode of GRAAM'S CSR Vocals for you. I am coming with an interesting and a special person in this episode, but let me tell you about him a little later. Friends, this is going to be the decade or I would say a century of sustainability. We are increasingly talking about life economy, sustainable development, strengthening and stipulating ESG guidelines, and companies, more interestingly, are focused towards achieving their net zero goals, reduce their carbon footprint, and becoming more conscious socially as well as environmentally. Now, I take the privilege of introducing the E-Man to you. Wait, don't get me wrong, not the He-Man, H-E-Man, he is E-Man, an eco-friendly man. Mr. Nirbhay Lumde, Head of ESG and Sustainability, CSR, Asia Pacific at the CGI. Welcome, Mr. Nirbhay.
Thank you, Doctor. It's a pleasure speaking to you and to the larger audience.
Let me take the privilege of saying few more information about Mr. Nirbhay. Nirbhay Lumde is a seasoned leader in ESG and CSR with a vision to create a more sustainable and equitable one. He has over 20 years of experience designing and implementing innovative solutions to address environmental and social challenges. As the head of ESG, he oversees the strategic integration of environmental, social, and governance factors into the core business operations and value creation. Mr. Nirbhay has published 2 books in the area of CSR and ESG. That means he's also an author. I'm really happy to interact with an author in this sector, and committed about his company's carbon net zero target. An eco-friendly person committed towards soil rejuvenation, lake conservation, and the list goes on. Without much ado, I once again welcome Mr. Nirbhay. Kudos to all the great work you are doing, and welcome again for this episode of GRAAM'S CSR Vocals.
Thank you, Doctor.
Let me start with this interesting question. Being recognized as a top corporate sustainability responsibility voice in India, you have been a constant contributor to shape the discourse and practice in the sector. What is your reflection on the decade of CSR we have passed? And also, what are some significant learning and insights that the professionals in the sector have acquired in the last 1 decade?
It's a beautiful day today for sure. Today is also called NGO Day. I think glad that we'll be speaking about the decade of the CSR or the compliance itself. I would pick up into 2 streams of thought process when it comes to about CSR, more so in the Indian context of the compliance. The last 10 years have been a path of evolution. I would still say that it's evolution because there is nothing called this end to it. We only evolved to be better humans. We evolved to be better organizations. We evolved to be better human beings in terms of practice, process, and systems. I think similar, I would say that we are still evolving. CSR being mere philanthropic initiative today, it's more strategic sustainability. It's no more time saying that I would do giveaway check writing in a check and then leave it there. I think these norms have really gone by today. It's no longer about token gestures or about saying that symbolic or representative. It's about embedding responsibility into the core business practice. That's where I would look at evolving from philanthropy to embedding into a core business practices. That's where I put it. In fact, in terms of the learnings point of view, I would look at more so from a CSR profession's point of view. It's no more a standalone profession or a division or a department in any corporate. It has become an integral part of the larger entity to be successful. Yes, you can always be successful being compliant, but I guess we have already moved on from that. So you have to be integral part of that larger organization to be successful. In that, I would like to add a couple of more things. Collaboration is a key. Zero compromise in terms of the transparency. It's time that you need to really measure the impact And of course, in terms of the reporting, there is no zero compromise on that as well. That's how I put it. It's evolution, still evolving in terms of philanthropy to strategic CSR, creating shared value. It's a learning opportunity, mere being an one-time standalone function to be more of a collaborative organization that's more transparent and has measurable KPIs in place to measure those impact.
That's wonderful. You have put it very strongly, from philanthropy to embedding to the core business philosophy. I think that says everything. So what was just mere probably seen as a compliance activity, as just giving a gesture a decade ago, now shaping up into more and more strategic CSR, wherein the needs are being observed and it is being embedded into the strength of the company. In fact, we had also started advocating from the last 1 decade that 3 C's are important. That is your complement. The companies should complement their not only the resources but their strength. Their domain of expertise should also be leveraged to the social sector. It is in cohesion with the national goal. And of course, the community at the center. That are the 3 C's we always advocated, and I'm very happy to hear the words that resonates with those thoughts actually.